dress like a troll that lives under a bridge. I am a troll. I like to craft like I live under a bridge. Surprisingly, most people are also trolls. So. Hello sweet friends, it's Sarah at Crochet.With.Coffee, and thank you so much for joining me for another Monday chat. So today I have a finished object I want to share with you. I just finished it a couple hours ago. So this is the scarf that I was making. It is by Tony at TL Yarn Crafts. I will put that in the description. It is considered a shawl, but I made it shorter to make it into a scarf. So this is what it looks like. Look at how pretty it is. And last week I showed you the yarn that I was using. I just blocked it. So I'll show you a little bit of that after this, but it is so pretty. So it mixed, the yarns mixed so well together. It's hot out, so I'm gonna take this off because I want this for winter, but I want to show you what it looked like on. But it is so pretty. So I'm going to show you from the beginning. So you start with single crochets and do increases. Could you even hear me with my mic covered? Hopefully. Anyway, you start from this end, all single crochets, increases, all that stuff. And then you go into alternating single crochets and this pretty little spot here. So what I did was I took the, I think it was the autumn color, and I worked up this one point, and I did all of that. And then once you get to this really pretty decorative section, I started alternating the other skein. What was that color? I can't remember what that color was. But anyway, the one with the blue in it, that was kind of the same family, a little bit of blue. And then I started alternating the single crochet rows with that skein, and then kept the autumn color going until I reached the end of the autumn skein. So it keeps growing. And once I reached the end of the autumn skein, then I changed to the last bit of instructions, which it is, I did steam it, so it's a little bit more spaced out, but it is a like alternating half doubles and front post double crochets. So that is that section there. And then you do the border, but it's only on the long section that you just finished. So it's a crochet 5 together border to the end there. So pretty. I am so excited for this. That'll be a really nice winter thing to wear. Very happy with that one. And then on Wednesday we had our live, and this is where we got, how far we got with this one. Let's see, how many rows are we so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12 rows. So my goal is to go like 19 or 20 rows. That's the basic goal. So looking so pretty. I am loving all of these colors. So those were from our random pick on our Wednesday live. And if you have not watched our Wednesday lives, we are doing a random pick for adding colors. They're all earthy tones. So we're doing an earthy tone cardigan this time. Next time we'll do all the bright colors that I have so that we have 2 separate ones. So stay tuned for all of that fun. But we also do a would you rather question every once in a while. Like, I think this past week we did, would you rather pull the yarn from the center of your skein or the outside of your skein? And then another one is, when you craft and crochet, are you dressed and ready for the day, or do you dress like a troll that lives under a bridge? I am a troll. I like to craft like I live under a bridge. So that is That's part of the things that we do on Wednesdays. We ask fun questions. We all feel like a little crochet community family and just enjoy our time together. And surprisingly, most people are also trolls. So you can let me know in the comments if you are also a crochet troll, and that would be fun to hear all of that. Come join us for our Wednesday lives. They're lots of fun. So now I have to give you an update on my fox cardigan that I have been knitting. And I've told you that it's slow going because I don't know what I'm doing. This is a colorwork or intarsia piece. So I want to show you what it is that I have learned along the way. And I have 3 different creators that I put in the description, and I'll put them up on the screen too. They were all very, very helpful as far as learning intarsia, learning how to do your color changes, because you have to do a little twist thing and make sure that your yarn is facing the right direction when you color change, or you'll end up with holes between your colors. So I will show you a little bit of the frustration with that in these and show you what's happening and what I'm learning. So you see how that one is not too bad. This was my first little paw prints in the intarsia and everything. You see how it kind of pulls, and it just doesn't look like it's connecting well. Just looks kind of messy, and it's like pulled from one side and kind of overlapping a little bit. That is because color changing was not happening properly. So this is my second attempt. So that's what I tried without really looking into things other than knowing that I needed to kind of anchor down my yarn a little bit. But then I tried this one. So this is my second attempt. And I feel like it flows a little bit better. That's still really messy right there. Still a little bit messy. This one seems to be the best one. I also know this yarn is thinner than what the pattern calls for. The pattern calls for a 5 weight yarn, and this is a 4 worsted weight yarn. I know that it is a smidge thinner, and I should have used smaller needles and all that stuff. But this is my third attempt, and I feel like it's looking pretty good. That one's a little spacey right there in that spot. And I feel like if I had the thicker yarn, it would be a better look and the stitches would fit a little bit better. But I slowly feel like I'm improving in that area. I have decided to put that down for a little bit because it's a lot to think about and a lot to work through. So I am putting that one on hold for a little while because it's a lot to try and process through. And then after the second sleeve that I'm doing, I have to start working on the front panels, and those have the actual fox faces on them, and that sounds like a big deal. And I'm a little bit worried about it. So I'm getting there, but still a little anxious about starting that because I don't want them to look extra silly with not knowing what I'm doing. But anyway, what else do I have? Okay, so speaking of knitting, I convinced my husband to go with me to a close by yarn store or craft store, which I'm going to show some footage at the end if you want to see this really cool shop. It's so pretty and it has such cool stuff. There was a group of ladies there that were cross stitching, and they were all sitting around a table, and it was just adorable, and I loved it. And they were in there chatting, and it was so much fun. And I asked my husband if we could go to this really bougie section with the yarn for socks, because last summer I knit my first pair of socks. They came out pretty well. I was very excited. I used the vanilla sock pattern or tutorial from the Crazy Sock Lady. She's amazing. She's so sweet. I love her content. She will sit and chat about her projects, and she's making a bunch of socks. I just heard her say that she's doing like a sock event over the summer. So you can knit or crochet, she said. So if you want to check that out, I have that in the description for you to check out her channel. She's so, so sweet. I used her tutorial to learn. Actually, somebody here suggested her for teaching socks. So that's how I learned. So thank you. If you are still here, thank you for suggesting that. I cannot remember who it was that suggested it, but it has been an amazing help. And I have explored different avenues and different sock patterns. Also, Ellen, the yarn doc, she is doing her first pair of knitted socks for her husband. And I think it's called Vanilla is the New Black or Black is the New Vanilla. I can't remember. I'll try and see if I can find it, and I'll put it in the description if I can find the tutorial or pattern, that you can visit that as well. But it sounded like a fun one to try because it does a different type of a knitted heel. So I'm interested in looking through that and seeing how that works up. But let me show you the yarn that we chose. My husband and I are planning to move to Tennessee next summer, so I was like, now is the perfect time. I should start some socks so that we actually have some nice cozy socks when we get there next summer. Not that we'd be wearing them in the summer, but we'll have them ready for when the weather starts getting cold out. And let me show you what we got. So for him, he is originally from the Seattle area, and he loves the Seahawks. So we found this yarn, and it's blue, and then it has white and green in there. And I am so excited that we found one that had close colors to the Seahawks team. So we have this one. It is by Delicious Yarns, and let me read about it. There's care instructions. She has these cute little things on the back. So the color is Gumdrop, and she has this cute little label on the back that has nutrition facts. Isn't that adorable? So this is 100% superwash merino. So we are doing that with socks. I got 2. I really was not sure how many I'd need because we're going to do like long socks. And this could be overkill. He might be getting 2 whole pairs of socks. But I wanted tall socks and guys' feet. I don't know what to prepare for. I'm really not sure. But anyway, now for mine. You guys know I love the browns and fall colors, but look at this skein. So that color is like a beautiful orangey brown color, and then it has that pop of pink and cream and bright purple. I just thought that was the prettiest color. And if I get 2 sets of socks out of both of these, that's great. I'm fine with whatever that is, but this is also by the same person, Delicious Yarns, and it has the same thing. This is called Chocolate Mix 3, but that little nutrition facts label is so cute. But this is also superwash merino, and I wanted something with a little bit, like I could do, the heel, toe, and cuff in something a little bit different. This one is also superwash wool, and I've got it, I feel like goes really well with this skein. So it's got that twisted color in there. And then see all the other colors in this little donut. And it just, oh, look at that purple. That bluish purple, and it's red. And I just thought this was so cool because the outside really does have all the colors in this one. So I cannot wait to see what this looks like worked up. I really want to start on it now, but I think you guys have probably seen before. I do not have a yarn swift, and I'm not messing around with this stuff without a yarn swift. So I did order a really cheap one from Amazon. It should be here soon, but when I get that, I will take you along while I wind the hanks up. And I'm so excited. I cannot wait. It's going to be so much fun. Did I overkill on the amount? How much is it? And I mean, for men's socks, don't you need more? It says it has 310 yards. So for men's sock, 310 yards. He might be getting 2 pairs. So keep one and save the other for later. But anyway, I am super excited about these. I cannot wait to start on those. So that will be a summer project to keep it nice and light and not have big projects going on that I'm working with. And I am also getting ready to start our sample testing, where I'm going to be doing swatches of all the value acrylic yarn that I ordered from all the different places earlier this year. So we're going to start working on that soon and see how everything starts working up. So very excited about that. Before we go, I have a little shout out. So we have a new Coffee Buddy member, and that is Tammy at Tree Limb TLC, and she was on our live this last week. I want to give an extra shout out to her. She also gave a very sweet gift to the channel. So Tammy, thank you so much for your generous gift. It was such a blessing for our family. I think that is it for today. And I will show the clip of the cute little shop that we went to so you can see around that at the end of the video. But I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope you find joy in the little things.